Angelo here. Welcome to my channel, and welcome back viewers of my stream. So, Mono posed the question of, is the action hero an outdated concept for moviegoers? Kind of a weird and strange question, because you would think, how could you have a movie without the action hero? And for those of us that grew up in the 80s, 90s of that pure testosterone-driven stuff, like the scene of like Predator shooting up that forest, just macho guys with guns, just trying to take out the Predator. It's not like that anymore. Instead, you know, is it culture? I just don't know what it is. But now people just, I'd like to think if movies like that, classic movies where you just go back into escapism and just enjoy a film. Don't think too much of it. Just kind of, you know, unplug your brain and just kind of be like, yeah, man, I'm just having fun with this, and just enjoy it. We don't have that anymore. Movies like that don't really exist. Instead, sadly, they're always there's something that they're trying to either cram down your throat or a message or something like that. There's no just fun. And the same thing goes for video gaming too. It's like, don't preach to me when I'm just trying to have fun. It's like, yeah, the world and everything, like, there's some messed up and crappy things out there, but it's like, don't take away the fun when it comes to overall just enjoyment and just entertainment. That's what entertainment is. Like, it's such a hard thing to explain to some people, because now everybody has to have an opinion. You can't just like watch a movie and just enjoy and just be like, cool, that was the movie, that was what I thought, and your opinion. Even I fall prey to it. Even the comment section or whatnot. Like, everybody wants to go to the comments and see like, oh, are we all thinking the same thing? Oh, what's someone else thinking? And then eventually, if you think about it, something like that, in the end, no one has their own thoughts or ideas. So then, that's when mob mentality, mob rule kind of kicks in, and it's not a good thing. That's all I can say about that. It's not a good thing, because then, do people have true thought? Like, honestly, there's a perfect movie, technically, and I guess you can say it even works perfectly right now. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger's Last Action Hero. At that time, maybe he was the last action hero, but basically it just shows that you can't make everything in movie terms. You can make everything just like, oh, this is, you know, a movie, or oh, this is real life. Like, there's a scene in Last Action Hero where you just like, boom, he hits the fucking window, and then you see the next scene, he just like,
my hand, it really hurts.
He's like feeling his hand. He's like, hand hurts.
You can't smash a car window with your bare hand and not have it hurt.
And
thanks for sharing. Couldn't have
realism,
told me this earlier.
but as a movie, we can suspend disbelief. Now, there are times where like there's just absolute bullshit. You know, it's like, okay, there's no way that can actually happen. And in terms of that, yeah, obviously it can take you out of the whole movie and the experience. But at the same time, if you're going to a movie to enjoy it, where there's action and things that would never happen, like, I also love the Uncharted series, and there's some scenes in the Uncharted series where he's like falling, breaking, and hitting everything along the way. Like, you know, the saying is, you know, you fell off the ugly tree and hit every branch down, except this is just like him falling off a tree and hitting every branch down. It's it's wild and crazy, but it's just one of those things where it's a very delicate and thin line. But do movies need a hero? Because if you want to put movie perspective in there, you can also talk about Evil Dead. In that movie, if you never saw Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, Bruce Campbell, and knew that he was technically the main character, if you watched the very first Evil Dead, which was kind of like Sam Raimi's like very first like passion project, and he just did it with a bunch of his college homies, you don't even know that Bruce Campbell is the main character. Technically, you don't even know he's the last one to survive. In the end, you just see everyone else, and you would think the strong, you know, typical type that would fulfill the role of the main character would be it. But no, in the end, he's the one that survives. He walks out, and then, you know, since I guess they couldn't have the rights of it, they had to remake it again, but they kind of remade it in Evil Dead 2, which is kind of what more canon-wise happened. And another thing, you can also put it this way. There's a great movie I recall. It was with Antonio Banderas, and it was the 13th Warrior. Now, basically, these are Vikings. These are fucking macho men. You know what I'm saying? And basically, yeah, in that, he is technically the main character, but he's not the main hero. Would that explain it? In that one, it's the leader of the Viking group. And that guy's the lead hero, who's like, very, very like, Conan the Barbarian-ish. Like he just has his overall alpha presence and aura, and he leads. And even though in the main movie, the main character you follow through the protagonist, I can say, of our view of what's happening, is Antonio Banderas' character. He's actually like the lowest man on the totem pole, technically. And it was a great way of doing it, because even though it's a main character, he's not the main character. I don't know, it's such a weird topic to even discuss, but obviously you can go on for hours and days and nitpick and grab this and grab that, but those are just some of my overall thoughts of what could be. But I guess winding it all back, is the overall action hero an outdated concept? For me, growing up with like, Arnie, Stallone, Van Damme, even Seagal, all those guys in the classic era, Bruce Willis and all that stuff, I personally would always watch those movies and enjoy them. The problem is, I don't know if the modern person that has had social media just basically run their lives, I don't know if it matters for them. Because now, instead of looking at celebrity as like a movie star, now everybody's online. And everyone only cares about social influence, likes, that kind of stuff. So I think that's where it really is. If you are like deep into like any kind of social social media interaction, like online, always online, everything changes for you. Because technically you become a hive mind. But I don't know. I'm just ranting at this point. In my opinion, is the action hero an outdated concept for moviegoers now, today? It can be. Because now everybody's online. Social media made everybody right next to each other. And something that would normally never concern you, you're worried about. There's just too much going on in our heads now, so I think that's exactly what we need. If I had to personally just throw it down there, I would say that's exactly what we need. So now I'm going to talk to Innocence and get ready to talk and finish up the end. Damn right, Innocence. Oh, man, make the path. Fallen. Well, there you go, guys. That's my fucking thoughts of, is the action hero an outdated concept for moviegoers of today? From what I was talking about the entire time and the examples I gave, I guess yes. If you have been on social media, and if social media is a big part of your life. Thank you guys very much for watching. Let me know in the comments below. Agree? Disagree? Maybe I'm just getting old. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys out there. Later.
Dylan! You son of a bitch.
Freeze! Who are you? What are you doing here?
Hold your fire! I'm a human!